Hi guys, thanks for watching my channel. I'm Caroline and today we're going to be talking about how I save money when I shop. I am going to give you my secret for how I saved nearly $500 on this beauty, and no, it wasn't just because of a new customer discount code or anything like that. I am going to go ahead and spill my secrets and let you in on that, so make sure you stick around. Before we dive into that though, I did want to share with you my brand new Vivaya shoes. You may have heard of this brand. They're sustainable and they make their shoes out of recycled plastic water bottles. They also use recycled materials in the box for the shoes, and I've been so excited about these. And let me go ahead and open this and show you how freaking adorable are these. I mean, oh my goodness. So look, Vivaya isn't the first brand to have, you know, knit shoes and flats made from recycled materials and recycled plastic water bottles. But something that I think is really, really great and exciting about Vivaya is just the range of styles that they have. They have really great patterns, really great colors, just so many colors. I just want to collect them all. And I really love this detail in the toe right here. It kind of looks like it's hinting at kind of a faux buckle or faux hardware, and it's just a really cool detail. It's just a really cool detail and adds a little something and really sets the brand and its styles apart from other brands on the market that might have kind of this similar knit technology. I will say they sent me the wrong size. I did request, I'm pretty sure I requested a 35.5 or a 6, and these are 35s. So they do go on because I can fit a 35. I do wear 5s when I'm wearing things like heels, but for things like flats, I do like a little bit more room. I can still feel this kind of comfort sole. There's kind of a cup in the back of the insole. It gives a lot more cushion and support than your average flat, which I really, really like. And it's very flexible. Look how flexible this is, which means that you have a lot of, you know, movement. Your foot is going to be able to move naturally and comfortably as it's going about. Something that I find really exciting is not only do they have flats and things like rounded toe flats, but they also have these. I was so excited when I got these. Look, aren't you dead? I'm dead. I love these. We all know this is like a very, very classic cap toe style and very classic colorway, but it's in a knit fabric. You still have that cushion in the sole, and you have this block heel, so it's nice and comfortable. These also have a little cushion in the back of the heel. Oh, these are so gorgeous. I'm just so impressed by the range of styles that Vivaya has, and I'm very happy and very excited. All right, now that we've gone ahead and talked about my new shoes, I want to dive into how I make sure that I save money when I'm spending on things like luxury bags or luxury shoes, things like that. My number one thing that I do, and my number one advice to you, would be make a plan. Set a plan, have a plan, stick to the plan. And that sounds so basic and so obvious, but for me, a plan kind of has several components, and there's two main components to my plan. The first of which is to set an annual budget, and the second of which is to set a wish list. Again, a lot of these are gonna maybe seem obvious to you, but I am sharing them with the people that maybe they haven't implemented these tips, and these tips are for those people in the audience. Let me say, for example, you've gone ahead, you've looked at your finances, and you're like, okay, I can afford this amount of money every year for fun things and luxury items. It's a way for me to spend on things like shoes and bags and honestly quite frivolous items without feeling guilty, because I've set this money aside and I'm like, I know that this is the fun money, this is what this is for, you know. That's there. It's kind of like a bucket form of budgeting, and this is your fun bucket. The second component, like I said, is to have a wish list. This interplays with the annual budget. So for example, let's say hypothetically your annual budget every year that you're going to set aside for luxury is $3,000 a year. So you know with $3,000 you can probably get things like, you know, easily probably quite a few Gucci bags, not, you know, quite a few within the 3,000, but you know, there are several different styles by Gucci that are under $3,000. I think my Dionysus here, I know that this has gone up in price, but I do believe that this is still under $3,000. I'll put the current retail price up on the screen. So if I say, okay, I'm allowed to spend $3,000 a year, and let's say this is $2,600, I know that I can go ahead and buy this and guilt-free have this as my luxury purchase for the year. That said, maybe I don't want to spend everything on just one bag. Maybe I like to spread the wealth. Maybe I want to buy, you know, a pair of Jimmy Choo shoes. You know, Jimmy Choo shoes run, you know, give or take, let's say $1,000. That gives me, if my hypothetical budget is $3,000, about $2,000 to spend. I also can get something like a Gucci camera bag, which is $1,500. With tax and everything, that's also a different way that you can kind of think about, you know, slotting into that budget. Where the wish list comes into play is where you can plan and think, okay, I know this bag is something that I really want. How am I going to spend my budget this year? How am I going to spend my budget next year? This is where I get a little crazy. I have kind of mapped out my potential luxury purchases for the next 5 years. I know bag styles are ever changing, but quite honestly, as far as like canonical bags go, my collection is still on the smaller side. And look, none of us need these things. These are just fun things and things, you know, I'm never gonna buy a bag that I think is canon and needs to be in a bag collection unless I actually like it. I wanted to say that this forces you to think about bags that are more classic, and I kind of hesitated just now because you don't have to buy classic bags, because if you like trendy bags, you should buy trendy bags. But I guess what I'm trying to say is it prevents you from just buying things on a whim. I remember when I was young, like in my early 20s, and you know, I was making money on my own, and I was like, okay, like I'm an adult now. I can spend my money here and there. I would spend like $200 at Forever 21 or $300 on a Kate Spade bag, or you know, $400 on like a Zac Posen bag. And I wish I had taken the time to sit down and think about how all this money was adding up, because I guess if I'm spending $900, I could get like a Louis Vuitton wallet. I can get a Chanel card case. If I had known that luxury was much more accessible to me, if I just wasn't throwing away money on contemporary brands that I was just spending like on a whim kind of thing, it would have changed my luxury collection. First of all, my luxury collection would be a lot bigger now, but I think I would have had a lot more. I would have kept more. You know, it's a lot easier to want and keep something like a Louis Vuitton wallet than it is to want and keep a Kate Spade wallet. And that's not to just say it's just because of the brand, but part of it is when you spend more on something, you're more inclined to keep it and to want to keep it and keep it for longer. So that is another reason why I love using my list, and that's a huge part of my plan, is thinking about, you know, I can spend $400 now on a Tory Burch bag, or I can put that $400 toward a new Chanel in the future. So if you know, okay, hypothetical annual budget's $3,000 a year, and your hypothetical Chanel bag, let's say a mini flap is like $4,500, $5,000, you know that you can't be spending the full $3,000 in that first year. You're gonna have to save some of it. Maybe you go ahead and treat yourself to, you know, $1,000 pair of luxury shoes that year, but you save the $2,000, and then the next year you have $2,000 plus $3,000, you have $5,000 that you can put toward your Chanel. So this is my best kept secret, and it's not gonna be a secret anymore because I'm sharing it with all of you. How did I save 20% on my Gucci Dionysus, a brand that very rarely goes on sale, usually when there's discount codes on sites. Gucci bags certainly are excluded. How did I save all this money? Rakuten. This video is not sponsored by Rakuten, but I do have a referral code, and I believe that I do get a bonus from that code, but that doesn't take away from your bonus that you will get from this code, and it doesn't take away from the future cashback that you will get. So stick around for the details and all of that. Basically, Rakuten is a cashback kind of site. I'm sure that I think that there are other types of brands. I have been loyal to Rakuten. I actually was a user, I think it was called Ebates before Rakuten bought them over, or they rebranded, something happened, now they're Rakuten, and I've been using them forever. It's the simplest thing. I don't know why more people don't do it. It doesn't cost you anything to use Rakuten, and it doesn't cost you anything extra to get money back that you're already paying to a retailer. So what happens is I use the Chrome extension. You don't have to use the Chrome extension. You can just use their website. You go ahead and you type in a retailer and it'll tell you how much cash back you have. You click through their Shop Now link and it'll take you to the site, and it's safe and easy to use. You can go ahead and shop as normal, and then every quarter they send you a cashback check, which reflects the cashback that you got for all your purchases for the previous quarter. I think that the best way to think about Rakuten is kind of like if Rakuten were an influencer and they had commissioned links. Things don't cost more just because you go through Rakuten. You go ahead, shop as normal, and like with many influencers, if you're sending traffic to a retailer, they're like, you know, we're making sales that we may not have made otherwise. We want to give you a cut of the referrals that you made. So that's kind of how, obviously I don't know exactly how Rakuten works with their retailers. I haven't looked at their contracts or anything like that, but that's a good way to kind of think about it. Rakuten is kind of serving as the middleman. They're funneling, you know, extra business toward these retailers, and as a result, the retailers are giving them a cut, and as a result, Rakuten's giving you a cut. So you are getting cash back. So Rakuten has a lot of different retailers. They even have Nordstrom, they have My Teresa, which is how I got this bag, and the cashback percentages change. Sometimes they even increase when there's another sale. So not only are you getting a sale price, you're getting an increased cashback percentage. I so happened to get this bag exactly when the cashback at My Teresa increased to like 20%, which is why I saved so much money on this bag. And when you're using Rakuten, it doesn't matter what brands, you know, how much, you know, what items, whether it's beauty, cosmetics, clothes. I guess beauty and cosmetics are the same. Beauty, bags, clothes. Whatever you're spending it on, they don't care what you're spending it on. For Rakuten, it's just you spent X amount total, you get a percentage of X amount. And that's why I was able to get so much money off of this Gucci bag. Like I said, Gucci is often excluded, but it doesn't matter when you use Rakuten and you get cash back because they looked purely at the price that I spent at My Teresa. I just don't know why people don't use Rakuten more. It's my favorite thing. Oh my gosh, I've gotten so much cash back over the years, and it's on all stuff that I would normally have bought anyway. I do my Christmas shopping. I try to do it through retailers that are available on Rakuten. It's just great. Like I said, I do have a referral code for you. I think what happens is that if you spend 30, you get 30, and then I get a kickback as well. That doesn't affect how much you pay or how much you get. I will make sure to leave all the details in the description box down below. Again, this video is not sponsored by Rakuten. I do have this referral code, but they don't know that I'm sharing this. This is purely just my opinion and how much I love using the services. All right, that is how I save money when I shop. If you are excited to save money as well, go ahead and leave the word savings in the comments down below so I know that you're saving just the way that I am. Thank you so much for watching, and also let me know if you have your own tips for how to save money when you shop. And also, if you do happen to get anything from Vivaya, let me know because there's so many cute styles. Thank you so much for sitting and chatting with me today. I had a great time and I hope that it was helpful to you. And until next time, bye.